All right, so today we're diving into the world of crypto, and this one's a real head scratcher, guys. We're talking about Richard Hart, the man behind those big crypto projects, Hex, PulseChain, PulseX. Ring any bells?
Oh, absolutely. He's made quite a name for himself in the crypto space, that's for sure. Raised over $1 billion, if you can believe it.
A billion with a B. That's just wow. I mean, no wonder the SEC is all over this.
Yeah, they're definitely paying attention. They've accused him of some pretty serious stuff.
Like what? Give us the rundown.
Well, the big one is unregistered securities offerings. It's basically saying, imagine you want to start selling stock to the public, right?
Yeah.
You can't just set up a booth on the street corner and start handing out certificates, can you?
Uh-huh. No. Wouldn't that be nice, though?
Right. But there are rules, regulations, to protect investors and keep things fair. And the SEC is saying Hart basically said, rules? What rules?
So he bypassed all the regulations? Sounds risky.
Incredibly. And that's not even the half of it. They're also saying he used investor money, like millions of dollars, to fund a lifestyle, well, let's just say it was pretty extravagant.
Okay, hold on. We got to talk about this black diamond I keep hearing about. What's the deal with that?
Ah, yes. The Enigma, a 555-carat black diamond, one of the largest cut diamonds in the world.
Okay, that's just that extra. But this isn't just about a crypto millionaire and his spending habits, right? This gets at something much bigger about crypto itself.
Absolutely. This case could set a major precedent for how crypto is regulated moving forward. And the really interesting part, Hart is fighting back.
Oh, really? How so?
Well, first off, he's saying the SEC has no power over him.
Wait, what? How's that possible?
He claims, since he hasn't actually lived in the U.S. for over a decade, U.S. rules shouldn't apply to him.
Interesting. It's like trying to give someone a parking ticket in a different country. But, this is the digital age, right? Money moves around the world instantly. Can you just, opt out of a country's laws?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's something that's going to be debated in courtrooms and legislatures for years to come. It's uncharted territory, really, especially when you're talking about something like cryptocurrency, which was, designed to be borderless, decentralized.
Right, kind of like the internet itself. So how do you even determine jurisdiction when the whole point is to exist outside of those traditional boundaries?
Exactly. It's a real head-scratcher. And Hart's argument, it goes even further than that. He's claiming his projects are all about pushing the boundaries of technology, innovation, and that the SEC is just completely misinterpreting everything.
So he's basically saying, don't punish progress, I'm just building the future here.
Yeah, you could say that. Basically, he's arguing that his projects, Hex, PulseChain, PulseX, these aren't just your typical investment schemes. They're built on blockchain, and as you know, it's all about decentralization.
Right, right. Remind me again how that ties into all this.
Okay, so imagine instead of like a central bank controlling everything, you have this whole network of computers, right?
Yeah.
And they're all verifying and recording transactions. That's blockchain in a nutshell. It's like this public ledger. Everyone can see it. No one can mess with it.
So it's secure, transparent. Okay, I'm with you. So Hart's saying this tech makes his projects totally different from traditional investments.
Exactly. And this is where things get really interesting. See, he's arguing that his projects are run by this network of computers, not by him directly. So he's saying he's not actually calling the shots, the code is.
Hold on. So it's like he programmed a car to drive itself, and now he's saying, hey, don't give me a speeding ticket, I wasn't driving.
It's a bold comparison, but yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
It really raises questions about accountability. Like, if no single person is in control, then who's responsible when things go sideways?
That's a good question, and I bet that's got the SEC thinking hard. But, we can't forget, this isn't all some theoretical debate about the future of money. There are real people who invested in Hart's projects.
Oh, absolutely. And for some of those people, this is a big deal. We could be talking about life savings poured into these projects, all hoping for a big payday.
Makes you wonder, what was going through their minds? Was it just the thought of getting rich quick with crypto, or was there something about Hart himself, his vision, that made people think, this time it's different?
It's hard to say for sure, but investing, especially in something as new as crypto, it always comes with risks. And when you've got a figure like Richard Hart, who's cultivated this image of success and wealth, well, it's easy to see how people could get caught up in the hype.
Yeah, that diamond he bought probably doesn't help. If this guy's flashing that kind of cash, he must be onto something, right?
There's definitely an element of that. But it's important to remember that outward appearances can be deceiving.
For sure. And that's what makes this whole thing so tricky for the average person. Trying to understand this new world, new rules, it's overwhelming.
It's true. This whole case really highlights how important education is and doing your research.
So for anyone listening who might be thinking about getting into crypto, what's the most important thing to remember?
Don't just jump in blindly because it seems like everyone else is. Do your homework. Learn about the technology, understand the risks, and whatever you do, don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
Solid advice for any investment, really, but especially in the world of crypto. You got to be smart about it.
Absolutely. And always be wary of anyone promising guaranteed returns or, easy money. If it sounds too good to be true, well, you know the rest.
It really is the Wild West out there, huh? But instead of saloons and showdowns, it's blockchain and Bitcoin. And this whole thing with Richard Hart, it kind of throws a wrench into how we even think about regulations in this decentralized world, doesn't it?
No doubt about it. I mean, for centuries, jurisdiction was all about physical borders. Right. But with technology like blockchain, things get a lot more complicated. Think about it. A network of computers all over the world, all holding pieces of the puzzle. Where's the jurisdiction then?
Right. It's not like a crime happening on a street corner where it's clear, okay, this happened in this city under these laws. It's everywhere and nowhere all at once. And it's not just a crypto problem either, is it? I mean, this affects everything about the internet.
Exactly. E-commerce, social media, even the very idea of being a citizen online. This Richard Hart case, it's just the tip of the iceberg. It's forcing us to face some really big questions about how we govern, how we hold people accountable in this digital age.
It's almost like, is the way we think about law even equipped to deal with this whole new world?
That's the billion-dollar question, right? The legal systems we have now, they weren't built for something as radical and disruptive as blockchain. This tech has the potential to completely change how we think about contracts, property, even identity.
Wow. So we need new rules for a new world, but where do we even start?
It's going to take everyone working together. We need legal experts, tech people, ethicists, policymakers, all of them, to create a system that allows for innovation, but also protects people and makes sure things are fair. And it's not just about keeping up with technology, it's about creating the kind of digital future we actually want.
A future where the rules make sense, but are flexible enough to adapt to whatever comes next. So for our listeners who might be feeling a little lost in all of this, what's the one thing you want them to take away from this?
Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay engaged. This isn't just about money or technology or even the law. It's about the future we're building together, and that means understanding the issues and making our voices heard.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that was our deep dive into the wild world of Richard Hart, the SEC, and the future of finance. Who knew a black diamond could lead to so many questions?
You never know where these things will lead.
That's for sure. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning.